Today's special guest is a man that I'm sure most of you are familiar with, have heard the name, or have had the pleasure of meeting him in person.
We should open up, let people in on our lives and talk about what we've been through, because sometimes we really can't do it alone.
Brady was deeply affected, but motivated by the passing of his father, Pat Thrasher, in 2001 due to cancer and multiple sclerosis with Richy Nix.
800 kids in the school, and they say, out of that.
Understanding that everyone in this world is affected in some way, he took this idea and this word, and he ran along with it.
8 girls in the school are suffering from anorexia. 32 girls in the school are suffering from bulimia.
The Effective Campaign is a revolutionary charitable organization promoting the support of numerous causes through fashionable clothing sales. Brady is passionate about Effective and dedicated to his goal of making a difference in the world.
So sure movement, you are the face of Effective. I introduced it, but I'm tagging along my friends and I'm branding everybody around me because I think it's something we can all relate to. We have an artist from Chicago. His name is MASS, and he actually did a freestyle about Effective. Has anybody heard that?
The problem in the world is not the diseases. It's how human beings, we never believed it. Every year, tens of thousands die from cancer. AIDS looking for a cure, but where's the answer? Couple thousand kids a year, they getting molested. STDs burning right through protection. So after rapping all this, you'll still neglect it? Well, go ahead with yourself if you haven't been affected. Listen, what's going on right now is probably one of the few things going on positive in this world, man. You see what's going on? We in recession, depression's at an all-time high, kids are committing suicide. You guys are committing suicide, man. So be positive, man. Think about the brighter days. It's gonna get better for all of us. But it starts with you, all of us. We're all in this together. So everybody put your hands up right now. Put your hands up in the air. And say, I commit to doing my part in being effective.
So I just want to ask Kelly some questions.
If you are struggling with eating disorder, I can't beg you enough from the experiences that I've had, the things that I've lost, school, relationships, family, friends. It's not worth it. It's something that you don't want to go down. It's a really, really rough, very sick path, and it's not worth it. So if you are struggling or you know somebody who's struggling, just reach out, take the step forward. If you stick with an eating disorder, it's never going to get better. It's only going to get worse. I can guarantee that.
Thank you so much, Kelly. Please, round of applause. Here's Richy Nix.
And one night I ended up going drinking and I overdid it, mixing meds with alcohol, which is never a good idea. Drinking to get rid of your problems, never a good idea. And I became blackout drunk. For those of you who don't know what that means, it means you are not aware at all of what you are doing. You're just that drunk. And it's never a cool thing to be. I ended up overdosing on some of my medication, and I flatlined in the hospital. So I basically went out for a night of drinking, woke up the next day strapped to a hospital bed, not knowing what happened. The nurse told me, you flatlined, you almost lost your life, you had to pump your stomach. It's not really something you want to hear when you wake up. I feel like God gave me a second chance. And I turned my life around and decided to give 110% to my music. The cool dude is a hero. If you're out saving people, you're cool. And it's not the druggie on stage anymore. That stuff's played out. We gotta wake up. And I'm gonna say something to mainly the guys. There's probably some bullies there, there's some tougher guys in the crowd. Then you're gonna get the ladies picking on the little guys in the hallway. You're not gonna get the ladies like that. If you want to get the ladies, Why don't you protect the kid who can't protect himself? And see what they say. See what the ladies say. Keep that in mind. The new badass is a hero. And please support the fed. Thank you.
One thing some of you might not know about me is I went here to high school. I grew up in Amherst. I went to General Amherst, just like Brady. But when Brady approached me with what affected stands for and how it gives everybody the direct ability to affect, have an effect on what they've been affected by, I was just really inspired by that. Because it basically becomes, you might not have the time to get involved with a full-on charity campaign. You might have these ideas of how you want to start a charity, or wish you could do more for this cause or this cause. Effect gives you that. You buy a shirt and you have a direct effect. Money goes to a charity that you wanted to. You get to brand yourself as part of something bigger, and it's just going to continue to grow. And Brady's not a quitter, and he's from Amherst. We both came from General Amherst High School. And the more of us that sort of stick together and can do this,